In the last episode of Jailbreak Overlander, I found myself in Colorado Springs desperately trying to find somebody to fix a faulty muffler system that was wreaking havoc on my vehicle. Well, I wasn't just sitting around. I stayed busy, and I gathered a lot of footage, and I caught some pretty crazy things that you're probably not going to believe whatsoever at all, because I don't. Everything looks beautiful, but this is cutting into the other one on the back side. It only took a couple thousand miles, but it saw it right through. And it was causing an enormous problem, leaving me sitting in a hotel room for several days playing with my large computer keyboard. No, don't bite me. The Rocky Mountain weather, baby. Are you kidding me? So since the last installment, I've been very busy. Believe it or not, you're going to want to see this. You're most definitely going to want to sit back. You're going to want to relax. And you're going to want to check this out. So why don't we pick up where we left off last time? Let's go back a few days to Thursday, shall we? Okay, so today's Thursday. It is the 8th, I think. It is. It's the 8th of July. I stayed in a hotel all day yesterday because parts were being next day to a shop called Hank's Hot Rods in Littleton, Colorado. So I showed up this morning, the parts aren't there. He starts saying, I should have ordered them from another place as well. And I'm like, well, whatever. As long as they get here by tomorrow and you can do it tomorrow. Now here's the deal. I told them I would pay them whatever it cost, and then I would give them an extra $1,000 cash on top, just for getting this done. And these guys just didn't act like I built this truck. Like, they didn't act like the only issue on this was the exhaust. They started talking about repairing it, putting a patch on it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to pay to get it patched up when you can fix it for good once and for all. And the more they started fiddling around with it, the more I lost faith, and I finally just said, thanks anyways, but I'll pass. So now, with my exhaust leak that I'm sure you can hear, I'm cruising down to Colorado Springs, the next biggest city I can find, and hopefully there's an exhaust shop that actually has skill and integrity and enjoys making money. How is that not the American way? Fortunately, the hotel let me out of my reservation for tonight, because I got it for last night and today. The only upside of this is I got a video put together for Jailbreak. Other than that, the day's not going too well, but it will get better. I have full confidence. I hope. So I'm in Colorado Springs. I just hooked up with a muffler shop that promises first thing in the morning they can get this all squared away. And I'm gonna have to depend on that because it is what it is. I'm over a barrel here. Turns out it wasn't the flanges whatsoever at all. It was this. This lip is literally rubbing against that, and it sawed its way through that expansion joint. That is installation error, and it has caused me so much grief. It's unbelievable, man. All I wanted is fixed. I don't want it repaired. I want it fixed. Because otherwise, the truck was running beautifully. Now, I'm at the home of a subscriber who I've met before. She's a really nice lady. She's got really great kids, great little garden, etc. And she asked me for something last time I saw her, and this time around I'm going to deliver, and it's pretty substantial at any rate. Let's see how happy she is to see me here without even calling. Well, here we go. It's Thursday, it's July 8th, it's my 4th day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's my 5th day on the road, and I just met up with a female subscriber, and she's a mother of 2. I've met her before, and I promised her something when I was at Mike Decker's house, and I finally was able to give it to her, and I'm glad. Now here's the thing. She's young, she's awake, she's very attractive, but Richie's done dating. Richie don't mess with his subscribers, never has, not even once. Never. She's found a significant other, and he seems like a pretty good guy. He's awake, which is always a score. Look at that. And she also has a neighbor, because when I met her originally, she just moved into the house that she's in. She has a neighbor who helps her with gardening and growing wild food and chickens and eggs. So it's awesome. She took a bad situation on her own with her 2 kids and worked it, and it worked. And I'm glad to have been able to help her out in a small way. Actually a pretty good sized way, but it is what it is. So I just hit the supermarket, and now I'm wandering around Colorado Springs. I have to be at a muffler shop at 7:30 in the morning to fix this incredibly, hear it, obnoxious leak. And then hopefully I can carry on with what I left my house for Sunday. But we'll see. But now I'm gonna get some good footage. Unless, of course, the truck explodes, it tips over, I die. It is what it is. But otherwise, I'm going to get some good footage for you, so you're going to want to check this out. So much like a little kid, I just rode my mountain bike in the building and all the way down the hallway. Well, it's late, and I'm getting ready for bed. Got my little studio set up there. Always making videos for one channel or another, because I have several channels. And my favorite, granola and blueberry yogurt mixed together. It's delicious. This is not a very good neighborhood, so I've got my bike in the building. The truck's alarmed, and if you were to mess with the truck that's parked right there, you're gonna have a bad day. I gotta get up early tomorrow and head out to this muffler shop that claims they can fix my truck. I don't want a repair. I want it fixed, period. So okay, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday, July 9th. And I was told by the manager to be here at 7:30, 7 a.m., and I'm here. There's nothing good about 7 a.m. Unless, of course, you have a 7 a.m. flight to Hawaii, or you get out of work at 7 a.m., but otherwise, 7 a.m. sucks. These guys told me yesterday that they could fix this, not repair it, they could fix it. So hopefully, they do what they say. It's a muffler shop, and it's a custom exhaust shop. I have a custom exhaust that is leaking. Now, after going back and forth on Instagram, the guys that built this sent me a text or a message saying, give us the bill and we'll cover it. That's all I can ask for. So there, as they say, is that. So it's 10 minutes of 8 Friday morning. I just talked to the guy that's supposed to be doing the work on my truck. And I told him no matter what the bill is, if he just fixes this truck like it was his own, I'd give him $500 extra at the end of the day. And I was hoping to hear more motivation, but I kept hearing things like, we'll work it in this afternoon. We'll get to it. We should definitely be able to fit it in. It's not what I was hoping for, but what am I gonna do? I'm over a barrel here. I've been stuck here since Wednesday. I got a really shitty hotel room for another night, just in case. These guys aren't open tomorrow. So all I can do is hope for the best. All of Colorado is looking at me going, who's this asshole with a bright blue shirt walking down the street talking to a camera? That's me. So I made the decision to walk back to the hotel, which is 5 miles away. Now, right where I am in Colorado Springs, I have several very good friends. I have a couple hundred subscribers, so I could call for a ride, but I've decided to walk, and it's already hot. But I need all the aerobic exercise I can get. I rode my mountain bike last night, just around the hotel, but it was awesome. But I gotta tell you what, leaving my truck parked in a parking lot and hoping they can quote unquote fit it in today after they told me to be here at 7:30. I know I'm out west, I know it's Colorado, I know they're not like us back home where you say 7:30, it's 7:31. You know what I mean? I just hope they can do this. Offering the guy a $500 cash incentive, you'd think, would help. Let's see what happens. Now, back to my 4 7/8 mile of a walk. Uphill, both ways, in the snow. I'm out. Now check this out. I happen to notice this from way up high on a bridge. So, unfortunately, I think these people live under the bridge, but apparently they need to move a very heavy object, and his wife, girlfriend, significant other, or somebody he's kidnapped and holding hostage is pushing the cart on the bottom while he's pulling it up top with a rope. That's pretty badass. It's pretty hardcore. Let me answer a couple of questions. I get comments very often saying, how do you afford to do this? Well, first of all, the people that ask don't know me at all or have never interacted with me ever. So I find it odd they'd ask that, but here's your answer. You see what I'm doing? I'm washing my own clothes in the sink by hand, and then I dry them by myself. I don't go out to eat. I cook all my own food on the truck. I don't spend $1 extra than I need to in case something happens to the vehicle. That's how I do this. I don't drink. I have no kids. I have no wife, okay? I used to have a life, and I saved up. And this is how I do it. Okay? You got it? And the second question would be
to answer the question, why don't you get a new truck? Well, because first of all, this truck is worth more than 2 new trucks. Second of all, this truck is new. Third of all, when you put 50,000 miles per year on the highway, plus another 5,000 to 10,000 on the best trails in America on a vehicle, things break. The only reason you know about them is because I make videos about them. The exhaust, totally different story. That's stuff that I get. The only thing that's always failed on that truck is the exhaust. The only thing I never did myself on that truck is the exhaust. So there is your number one answer. At any rate, enjoy the video and watch out for those prairie dogs. I am out. So 4 hours later, she's fixed. Completely and totally fixed. And something I didn't realize is this place, Bud's Mufflers, has shops all over the world, all over the country. And I'm covered no matter what. This is what it should have looked like. Notice how he spaced these two and put shorter expansion clamps in?
so they can't saw through each other. So I believe I'm back on the road again. I believe I can fly.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Meanwhile, back at the hotel room in Colorado, I'm killing time till the AM comes. But then, of course, something wacky happens. Only in Colorado. How cool is that? He doesn't even care. What are you eating, bud?
Peanut butter and pretzel.
What are you eating, dude? Are you sick? He ain't running. That ain't food. Dude, what are you eating? I'm 5 feet from this little guy. What is it you're actually eating, homie? Now, this is a strange thing, and if you've ever met me, you might know this, but animals, even wild animals, don't run away from me. It's quite the opposite. It's a strange thing, and many, many people have noticed it, no matter where I'm at. And I'm talking any type of wild animal. I walked up, remember the video I did about Sandy Hook where I walked up to a bear and he didn't get pissed off? Well, later in this video, you're going to see something absolutely ridiculous as far as wild animals, but I don't want to screw up the timeline, so let's keep moving forward, shall we? So that night, a massive electrical storm, a thunderstorm moved in, and if you're in the Rockies, thunderstorms happen pretty much every day, every night, and they can be quite amazing, no joke. So it's Friday night, and you just saw that lightning right over my shoulder. I'm out here trying to videotape lightning, and the truck is fixed. I'm ready to roll. Seeing how I'm so close to Ouray, Colorado, I'm going to Imogene Mountain tomorrow and Sunday, and then I'm pushing through Salt Lake City, and then up to California. I got to meet 2 people in Redding. One guy built custom lower control and upper control arms for the rear of my truck, so I'm going to pick those up and install them at his shop, make a video. And then my neighbor, her brother also lives in Redding, California, and he built a right-hand drive, made in Japan, Toyota Land Cruiser ambulance into a truck that makes mine look like a Prius. So we're going to get some video from that. And then it's on to Oregon to meet up with Tish and Steve, and then wherever I may roam, where I lay my hat is home. I'm using the Sony AX Mark 7, I think. It's a little teeny tiny camera, but it's pretty damn good at getting video. Lightning is off the hook out here. If I get hit by lightning, that would just that would not be coincidental, would it? Now, that entire game plan I just laid out is inaccurate. Instead of heading over to Ouray, Colorado, which was a couple of 100 miles to the southwest, I decided to start pushing straight to California. And then, when I was fairly close, I called the guy that built the parts for me that I paid for, I don't know, 60 days ago. And I even paid him extra for putting a rush on it. They're not done. They're not done. I just drove from Boston to California for that exact reason to pick those up, and they're not done. So I adjusted my course and figured I'll shoot to Oregon, meet up with my friends there, and then go over and see Sheriff Rick in Idaho, and ran into what the people in Nevada are calling a heat wave. When you live in the desert of Nevada and you think it's a heat wave, yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with currently. But here's the ride through Wyoming on my way to Nevada. Yeah. This is my hotel room. Cleaning out my camelbacks. Trying to revive a very expensive dead controller that I got really wet. Just washed those. my granola, Camelback, charging up all the drone batteries while I got juice. World's most expensive mountain bike. One of my camera cases. That's my clothes. That's all, everything I need to live out of that bag right there. And then my little studio. I put out a lot of videos while I was down, so I didn't waste the time. And that's pretty much it. The next time I stay in a hotel room will probably be in about 2 weeks. Oh, 7 a.m. I planned on getting up earlier, but I just crashed last night, so it is time to pack up and hit the highway. And as usual, it's sunny in Colorado for now. It is 8 o'clock, July 10th. I slept late, last day in the hotel room, so it is what it is. I got the truck loaded, and I think I'm gonna head to Ouray, Colorado, because I'm so close, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I want to go up another 7,000 feet yet. I haven't had any headaches or anything like that. I got heartburn like a mofo, at any rate. So it's early, even though I'm leaving late. And instead of going to Ouray, Colorado, which is about 300 miles or 200 miles that way, I'm gonna keep pushing through to California because somebody's waiting for me there with parts that he built for me. Plus, I don't know if I want to go up another mile in altitude with the truck just getting repaired and not having a chance to get it on the highway and run it. If I go to Ouray and I have an issue with the truck, there's no place to get it fixed. Ouray is not a town with lots of shops around that work on things. How do I know that? Because I've been there a half a dozen times, and every time I've been up there I had a problem with my exhaust. So I'm gonna keep pushing west for now. See, I thought my parts were ready because, why wouldn't they be? So pushing west and then discovering my parts weren't ready, I decided to go to Oregon, which sent me through a heat wave I had no idea was waiting for me. Yeah. This is the temperature in the truck in the shade. So it's Saturday, it's 10 a.m. I've already done 90 miles. I stopped and saw one more subscriber in Colorado Springs before I left. And I hooked her up with some things to help her family and one of my SE advanced survival kits that I'm so fond of. And I decided to push straight through to California because that was my original plan, and I'll hit Ouray on the way back. Because I just didn't want to go up another mile this morning, especially with the truck just getting repaired and not having put any miles on it. But the repair is solid. It shouldn't be an issue at all anyways. It never should have been an issue. But it set me back 3 days, and I'm going to try to make up for it now. And here's the thing, here's a little funny thing. You're walking down the street, you see somebody covered with tattoos, covered on their face everywhere, and you happen to look at them and they go, "What are you looking at?" Well, I'm looking at your face covered with tattoos, asshole, because that's what that is, it's to draw attention, right? Well, being the hypocrite that I am, I pull up at a gas station. No matter where I stop, somebody asks about the truck. And depending on my mood, I can either answer or be an asshole. And I just was an asshole. And I gotta stop doing that. It's not cool. At any rate, moving on. So I hit the highway and I kept rolling straight up north out of Colorado till I eventually came to Wyoming. And you can tell you're in Wyoming when you see your first large metal buffalo silhouette on the side of the road. That's how you can tell. This is my least favorite part of traveling west. I'm
7,600 feet right now on Route 80 West in Wyoming, I believe, heading to North Ogden. And even supercharged at this altitude, my supercharger's lost like half of its power. So, I mean, I'm climbing at 66, 68, 69 miles an hour, but she's revving out and I am eating gas. But it is what it is. It's very windy up here. It's a tall truck, so she gets pushed around a lot by the wind. It's not awesome, but I'll tell you what. When Delta Vehicle Systems made the panhard bracket in the rear for lifted vehicles, it made this truck a Cadillac. Because back in the old days when I was driving, I'm usually on routes that are heavily traveled by 18-wheelers, and they leave divots in the highway over the years. And my 37 by 13.5 inch tires used to get caught in those, and it would steer the truck wherever it wanted. With the Delta Vehicle Systems panhard bracket in the back, that's all gone. I can do 75 miles an hour, change lanes, no problem at all. And I only run a sway bar in the rear. I have a white line Australian spec super heavy duty sway bar in the rear, but none up front because I always rip them off. So there's that. Mountains, Wyoming. Route 80 West. Eating gas like it's my job.
This has to be the creepiest statue I've ever seen. Whenever you pull over, you have to do chores. There's always something to do. It's like chopping firewood or filling gas. And that's what I do when I'm not taking pictures or whatever.
So I've been in Wyoming for about an hour and a half, and the traffic is ridiculous because they got one lane on Interstate 80. One lane for like 20 miles. It's lame. But got the Rockies over there. Pastures over there. I'm hoping to make it to Utah tonight.
The only good thing about doing all this mileage is you get to see the mountains and the pastures and the pump jacks and the rock formations. It's beautiful. America is massive and beautiful if you've never seen it. The one thing is the roads go on forever. You're just driving and driving and driving. And Route 80, Route 40 are traditionally 18-wheeler roads. And dudes in 97 Land Cruisers, apparently.
Man, I've been in Wyoming forever, it seems like. It just keeps going on and on and on. At 8,000 feet, the weather was nice. I'm at 7,000 feet right now, and it's warm, but it's not brutal. That's Wyoming, I've shown you before. Sagebrush. Low visibility at all times. Power lines, oil fields, and 18-wheelers.
And of course, Richie from Boston, or Jailbreak Overlander, looking for rattlesnakes. And I didn't find any rattlesnakes, but I came across a troop of prairie dogs. Man, you'll see them all over the West. They'll see you, they'll stand on their hind legs, they'll start chattering, and then they will run, and they'll go underground, and then that's it. Except this time around. This is something you're never going to see again. Watch this.
They have vast tunnel systems. Look at that one. Look at this one. He's walking right over to me. Dude, he's literally 2 feet from me. He's standing right in front of me. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. What's up, little guy? You don't seem to be afraid at all. Are you shitting me? Did you just see that?
So based on this interaction, I went over to the guy that takes care of the rest stop and I said, hey, do people feed those prairie dogs? He said, hell no, they're too far away from the place. Plus, they run away because everyone brings their pets over there to go to the bathroom. Well, I beg to differ. I fed these guys, all of them. I was patting them and playing with them like I had raised them from children, to the point where a literal outlaw biker started videotaping me, which I found odd, but whatever.
Here he comes again. What's up, little dude? You just ain't scared, huh? You got your hole right there, you're ready to go, right? Let's see if he'll eat a piece of popcorn out of my hand. It's just one. Psst, psst. Hey, hey, look. Come here. Check this out. It's good, right? You got big feet, man. Is that good? Are you kidding me? The guy at the rest area says these things won't go anywhere near people. Like they're not friendly. Look at your little ears, man. There's another one. I only had one piece of popcorn. You're gonna have to fight him for it, dude. This is bitey. He just wants to bite. Ooh. Drama. Oh, it's on now. I found 2 more pieces of popcorn. This is organic, natural popcorn. I can't imagine it would somehow hurt them. It's corn popped. Look at them all. Oh, it's on now. I found 2 more pieces of popcorn. This is organic, natural popcorn. I can't imagine it would somehow hurt them. It's corn popped. Look at them all. Psst, psst. Hey, hey, which one? Prairie dogs love popcorn. All you need's a movie. How crazy is that? What happened? Oh, a dog. Now, this is what I do. But usually I don't have a camera. I promise you I'd video it. I'm trying. See if I can get video of me feeding a cottonmouth snake or a rattlesnake. I hate to say it, but I wouldn't mind seeing a rattlesnake eat one of you guys. Wow. Are you kidding me? I just asked the guy. I said, are those prairie dogs friendly? He said, they won't come anywhere near you. Wow, you eat like I do, huh? Here. These are just prairie dogs on the These are just prairie dogs
on the side of the road. How crazy is that? It's all I got, fellas. Don't bite my toes. I will kick you like a football. I don't have any more, homie. So, how crazy is that? You've never seen that before. I've never seen these little guys before. Blah, blah, blah. They just didn't care. They were cool with me. They were actually trying to climb up my leg and such. The whole troop, the old ones, the new ones, they didn't care. It was badass. But I had to let him go. I gave him a little scare. And fortunately, someone walked up with her terrier, and he instantly chased them all into the hole, and she stood there while he tried to dig them up. Because, you know, people are fucking assholes. She probably dumped a little Monsanto on him before she left. But anyways, I got to push on to Utah, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock at night, and this is what I've been looking at for the last 8 hours. But how about those prairie dogs? Isn't that crazy? Crazy. He came right up to me. I wasn't. It's crazy. So as soon as I was done fooling with him, of course some woman brings her terrier right over so the dog can try to dig them up because, you know, fuck nature. It's unbelievable. Some hippie lady from Washington State. At any rate.
Due to upload time restraints, I can't make this video any longer or it will not upload to YouTube, period. So I'm going to have to do several more, which I have plenty of footage to do an entire another 30-minute video now. And by tomorrow that will change. At any rate, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below and I will return the favor. Say something stupid and you'll get blocked. I'm out.